Here I go with this shit again, thinking I'm a DJ. Yo, what it do? What's to it?
Ladies, you look good. What movie?
Ladies, you look good. Man, you gotta give me a little bit more than that, bro. That could have been on any
that
movie.
was hilarious. That was on Booty Calls. That movie horrible.
You know what? I
Jamie
ain't seen Booty Call but like once or twice. I ain't even gonna hold you. Shout out to Jamie Foxx and that they clone Tyrone joint. Hey, yo, what it do, man? It's Sunday. What? Sunday, not Friday? Yeah, I don't give a damn what day it is. Call somebody. Share this. Tell somebody to share it. Tell your mama to share it. Like, everybody mama know everybody. Tell your mama to tell her next door neighbor to tell the people down the street, I just want to talk his own. It's Sunday. Come chill. Either way, it's Sunday. We're here. Real quick, we're going to talk about bonnets today. Bonnets, yes, hair bonnets. We're also going to talk about when parents move, the custodial parent moves, who is in the best interest of the child, the parent, the other parent. I don't know. I put this stuff up and it's gotten great reviews, so I just decided to talk about it. Also, this is new. We're going to just do this. When we have something that's talk-worthy, we're just going to go on and talk about it. I don't give a damn what day of the week it is. It might be every day. It might be every other day. It might be 3 days in a row, and then you don't hear from me for 2 weeks. I don't think that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But even still, whenever we have good content, I'm going to deliver it because that's just what happens in the world of journalism. I guess to some degree, podcasts are now being classified as journalists. So this is what we're doing. Here we are. It's a Sunday.
Are they really?
Yes, they are.
Is that like one of them things like how you like, you'll be like, yeah, I'm a,
Yeah, you got to hit the home run when it's right there to be hit, buddy. You know what I'm saying?
When you get your title, you get yourself that fancy title and you really just a janitor?
Yeah, no, this is not one of those things, bro. Like podcast hosts are being labeled as journalists because you are
bringing in news.
You're talking about something that's relevant and current. You're not writing about it, so it would be like visual journalism. It's a form of the news. Yes, so they're being classified. So this is what's happening. It's Sunday. I know y'all not used to it, but hey, all content works. So I don't know which platform you're here on. If you're here on YouTube, congratulations. You are a superstar. If you are possibly looking at this on Facebook, then you are more important than most people. I don't know that that's a truth either. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So we're here. Call your sister, tell your cousin. We got some really relevant conversation. Some stuff that probably gets talked about in barbershops, probably gets talked about in nail salons, but it doesn't get talked about in a positive way with great feedback, with great conversation, with two great super dope hosts. And we need this. We need to talk about this. DP, you was gone, bro, Friday. What the fuck is up?
Man, I had to miss a week. I had to go see Bud Crawford get busy on Spence.
I mean, don't do that, though.
Shout out to both of them,
yeah,
though, man. I love both of those fighters.
Yeah, see, man, niggas be, man.
I was honored to be in the building. Money well spent, even though I didn't spend a dime. It was a great weekend. They did their thing.
I liked it. It was a good fight.
It was a very good fight.
It was a good fight. To anybody who wasn't entertained by that fight, you're slow. You don't know anything about boxing. There's a lot of people that I would love to tell them that they don't know a lot about sports, but anybody who didn't understand what happened in that Spence Crawford fight, you're just a casual fan. You just want to see two people get in the ring, put gloves on, and throw their arms at each other. You don't understand that Terrence Crawford truly outclassed Errol Spence. You know, some might say, oh, well, Errol Spence had been out of the ring for a year. Crawford had just fought in January. Yeah, no, the gap was too big. There was too big of an athleticism gap. There was too big of a power gap. And I would tell Errol Spence, bro, you don't have nothing to prove to anybody. Now, if you want to go get that bag and retire, do your thing. Go crazy. Let folks punch on you again. But outside of that, bro, it's not worth it to you. It's definitely not worth it to you. I said
that boy made $30 million.
Yeah, no, he definitely did. He definitely did. And you know what I'm saying? Like Terrence said, hey, man, I'll give him another go at it. You know, Errol, we definitely got to do this again. Hey, bro, listen, he punched you a lot.
Yeah, you gotta say that because you still got to be tough.
Yeah, 100%.
Family in there.
But at the same time, bro, going to their respective corners at the end of the seventh, like you seen Terrence grab him. Hey, bro, chill. Ain't nobody gonna knock you for not coming back out, bro. I'm going to beat your ass if you come back out here. And you see he took his foot off the gas. He gave him 2 more extra rounds. Yeah. And then when Errol started coming with the heat, then Terrence like, oh, okay. You want me to turn this shit on? I'll turn it on. But either way, man, I want women here. Please do me a favor. Somebody tag Tina Creel. Somebody tag Tiana RN Nurse. Somebody, tag them on Facebook.
Can we start out by you playing the? Do you have that queued up by chance?
Have what queued up?
The actual what you introduced it with, because you had a.
Oh, I didn't shoot a joint for it.
You did?
No, I just put it up. That was just a post.
Oh.
Yeah, that was just a post. Like, it was nothing. That was like a little video or whatever. But I put the comments up, man. Not the comments. I put the respective conversations up here. Let me call out a few names because I really want these people to come. Somebody tag Jocelyn Roberts if y'all know who she is. Tag Sybil Jones. Tag Vera Buchanan. Tag Christina Camaretti Thompson. Tag Lily Muzel. Tag Dwayne Turner. Tag Keisha Bearfield. Like, I want all of these people here so we can have this conversation, because we'll have conversations and everyone might not make it. We'll talk about this stuff and everyone might not be in attendance. So their voices don't get heard. And I really want y'all to understand in real time what we're doing here, in real time what we're talking about here, because this stuff needs to be talked about. Point blank, plain and simple. This isn't I said Keisha Bearfield. I think I should have said Kiana. I think it's Kiana or Kishana Bearfield. I don't know. I scrolled past it, but I don't even know which one we're gonna talk. You know what? Let's go here. So I posted a status the other day, and man, listen, if you are here and you want to talk, you can come in. You don't have to turn your camera on. You can come in. You don't have to let everybody see what your house looks like. You can come in like you don't have to be visible to anybody but who you want to be visible to. But we would like to hear what you're saying. Like, a lot of times y'all get in the comment section, man, and y'all be blowing that comment section to smithereens. I love it. But I want us to have some real dialect here. So a couple days ago, I posted a status. It says, women say I moved away because I had to do what was best for me. But who was moving really in the best interest for? When you move this child, and I mean, like, I want to get into this, so I don't want to dig too far, but who was moving this child or their children away from their father best for? And I use the term the father because that is usually what gets y'all going. When I pin it man versus woman, I'm very good at what I do. I do this purposefully. But there's also an extra caveat to it that I won't add until I get enough of the feedback. But when I posted this, DP said he disagreed with me. That's what he said. He said he disagreed with me. He said he had an argument. He said that he wanted smoke. And I was like, you know what? I don't have time to wait until Friday to get this off. Hey, it's Sunday. What better time for a barbecue? Barbecue chicken than on a Sunday.
Smoke your dang boots.
DP, when women say I moved away because I had to do what was best for me, who was it best moving for? Who was it best moving away for?
You know what's crazy? Because we'll take this, like, a lot of men will hear a statement like that and they'll look at it as selfish. But you have to take care of yourself first so that you can be in good standing to take care of your children. Just like I've been on the plane the last few days. They tell you to put your mask on before you put your child's mask on. Because if I'm not good, I can promise you won't be good.
That's clean.
The thing that bothers me the most about these type of topics, and then you'll have a man who's upset. Usually it's female to man. We care way too much about the secondary parents' feelings. That is so annoying to me. Man, you help when you feel like it. A lot of times, you act like a victim. You do what you can when you want to. Man, that's not how parenting works. And the part that really annoys me the most is if you wanted your children to stay, you can stop her. It's so many men who claim the struggle of other men and they don't know nothing about it.
Yeah.
She couldn't take your kids out of state if you didn't want her to. But then you'll be like, man, she moved these kids away from me and now I don't really got a relationship with them. She destroyed that. Man, bro, you didn't want your kids, bro. Stop. Stop it.
You hear that?
If you went to court and said, hey, bring them back, man, they finna order her to bring them back.
You think
now
so?
You're going on child support. That is gonna happen.
I mean, that's the whole premise.
You're going on child
thing.
support, and your visitation might be one day through the week and then every other weekend, and that's not much, but you did what you could to see them as much as you can. That I respect. If you just let your kids go and then you talk about how bad of a person this woman is, man, I don't want to hear that, bro. Coming from somebody who had to fight. Don't claim my struggle, bro. You don't know nothing about it. I put that bread up and did everything I could to get all my kids in the same house. Like, stop, bro. That's not your life. You don't care nothing about seeing these kids. You want to control this woman. That's it. Most of the time. Man, take them kids and go what you got. Do what you got to do so that you can be your best self, because you normally are all they have in broken homes. I don't know too many kids who come from a situation where the parents are split and both parents are everyday productive. I don't know many. Do you know any?
Are you asking me a question? Or
I am. It wasn't rhetorical.
Ask it one more time. I wasn't listening.
Do you know many people who are separated, but the child has both parents equally?
I mean, there's it's out there.
To me, like, man,
Yes.
it's a lot of people who feel like they're supposed to have so much say so, but you do what you want to do when you feel like it.
Yeah.
The nerve. If you're not putting in the same time, money, and effort as me, man, don't tell me nothing. You ask me everything.
Yeah.
What I look like having a kid who stay with their mom, I send her $40 every 2 weeks, and I'm telling her what she better do with this child. Man, the nerve.
Yeah.
Who you talking to, bro?
And I mean, again, if you are here and you have some input and you would like to talk about this, just say the word. I think it's the link is in the descriptions for the conversation, but I'll drop it also here real quickly so everybody can see it. Are you done, DP?
I'm good.
So this is what I love about these conversations, man. And I would hope that y'all come in here and either give y'all personal stories or stories that y'all heard. It's a misconception. It is an entire misconception that never gets defended or talked about because people who either are going through it or been through it just don't want to talk about it or argue with it. Mm-hmm. But we often speak from personal spaces or personal experiences when we hear that, oh, well, you give $40 every other week and you ain't doing nothing else. The misconception is, yeah, it ain't always about the money, though. And he said something that was really telling that a lot of women gonna hang their hats on. When people send me stuff, I don't usually take it seriously because a lot of stuff, people just be like, oh, I just want to argue just to argue. But this one, I actually like this one because this came from a custodial father. Mm-hmm. It came from a custodial father. DP said, when I went to court, I dropped that money off. Guess what? A lot of men don't have the finances to drop it off. We're going to do that one thing. They all going to say, well, hey, man, that ain't nobody's fault but his. Hey, man, everybody don't make $40 an hour. Everybody don't make $39 an hour. Everybody isn't in position. Everybody can't afford to do what a lot of other people can do. But there are a lot of men who don't have it financially, but they got a lot of time. They can spend some time. They can take their kid to the park. I wouldn't give a damn if I was paying $2 a week. As long as that $2 a week, and I'm saying this figuratively, so please don't nobody say, oh, you can't eat off $2 a week. If I can pay $20 a week and my kid can eat off of that money, then guess what? That time makes up. So my kid has a full belly and they're getting my time. It's so easy to sit back and say, because this is the misconception. Oh, if you go, because that's what you see a lot of in the comments when I first posted this. Oh, well, a man can block that. Not without a lawyer, he can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you cannot.
I know somebody who did it.
Listen,
I'm telling you what I know,
tag
bro.
him. Tag him.
Bro, I don't.
In the state of Illinois, before
sure will.
Rauner became governor, Men had no rights in this state. Point blank, period. How do you know, DA? Because I was one of them. My wife is more than likely looking at this. I'm not arguing with nobody, but she's been to multiple court dates with me where the judge was like, well, where's your lawyer? Why do I need a lawyer to see my kids? Why do I have to? I'm telling my story. So when this was sent to me, I was like, oh, shit. And I know he's well more way off than I am. But, this is the court date. Well, man, I'm in construction. I got to do this. I have to be here. My time is the most important thing. So I have to be at work on these days. Can we make court for this day? They won't, bro. I'm telling you.
No, that part I agree with you with.
I am telling you.
Yeah,
they will not work with you. And, you might think, oh, well, a lawyer is only this much or that much. Yeah, no, not in civility court. Civility court, you have to pay. This ain't one of those, I can pay $25 a month and get that one lawyer who goes show up and I got the card. You know what I'm saying? That's not always the case. It's not always the case. But for the people who make this a financial argument, it's bullshit. Because people will often say, well, nigga, if you ain't got no money, you got some time, spend some time. I can't spend time if my child is in another state. Point blank, period. Because
we always talk, like you can tell your personal story because we definitely appreciate it. And I know your personal story. But I always come from the majority standpoint. Man, most of these dudes is not spending a whole bunch of time, bro.
But see, this is what
they not spending time and they not spending money, bro.
Stop.
It's a fact,
but
bro.
No,
what
it's
you mean?
Not a fact, bro. You don't know them.
I'm talking about the majority.
No. But you don't know the majority in this situation.
In that situation, where mom is talking about moving away, that's not because this dude don't got no bread, but he coming to pick them up. That's not how that's going, bro.
Hey, listen.
If you got a man, if most women, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, women. If you got a dude who picks his kids up every day, he take them to school, pick them up from school, do their homework, bring them home, but he ain't never got no money from you, you're not talking about just a move, and I'm not finna discuss it with you or nothing.
Well, no, that's not what we saying. But nobody ever said it was a move, and I'm not gonna discuss it with you.
But I'm talking about a move, period.
Yes.
When you have it like that, if you're not moving for something that's like way greater, normally when I hear a woman talking about, man, I'm finna go do something else, she's at rock bottom and he's at rock bottom.
No, I disagree.
I knew 100%. A girl. I was trying to tag her in the thing, but hold on.
Anecdotal. I know a girl.
I know. But I'm speaking to the court situation. She moved to Vegas. She got up and left. Dude don't really help like he's supposed to. He pick him up when he want to, which is sparingly. This man was seeing his kids once or twice a month, maybe. She picks up and moves to Vegas, lets him know and everything. Man, that man went straight to the courthouse without a lawyer and made them come right back home.
When was this?
DJ is 8, maybe 5 years ago. They made them kids come right back home.
And again, so to DP's point, he'll say, if a man is doing this and doing that, remember the caption literally says, I had to do what was best for me. So a job is what usually will pull the custodial
or even
parent
if she's
away.
if she's just not happy, if she goes from, because hey, they can't wait to go to Texas right now. So if she goes from Illinois to Texas because she's not happy in Illinois, things aren't working out for her, I'm not mad at that.
Bro, but at the same time, this is usually what happens in this situation. When you pick up and move, you take this child, you take the children. After about 4 or 5 years, the kids start to sprout up because you have to work so much. Now, you're not home. They're getting a mind of their own. They're developing into who they are. The minute you can't control them, what's the first statement that gets made? Well, you need to come get your kid.
That's true. No, that's true.
No, you lose here. Oh, well, your kid is now doing this. Your kid is now doing that. You need to talk to him. Listen, it ain't nothing, man. Anybody should be able to jump on a flight. I don't want to say it's just that quick, but if you plan it the proper way, you can jump on a flight. But when you pick up and move, it's hard. And like I said, this cat, the person that I'm speaking for, and he just asked to remain nameless, I just took the bit of this because he didn't want me to, it was too telling, the whole part, so I couldn't post it. And I wasn't finna block out everything. He's okay in life. Got a good job. He's a construction worker. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Got a little part-time on the side. You know what I'm saying? My little residual income coming in or whatever the case may be. But that's costly. Mm-hmm. It's costly for no reason. For absolutely no reason for me to constantly jump on a plane once a month. People fail to realize in situations like this, like men have lives as well. They want to come and go and live and go on trips and travel and do everything else. A lot of people aren't making a ton of money, you know what I mean, in the sense of where they can actually be able to do this and it's affordable. So then it's like, at what point do they get to live their lives?
So, bro, you know the situation that one of my kids is in. You know what I'm talking about. My kid is gone right now. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So you mean to tell me that most of these dudes don't live like she does? When it's a flip, like, because I have my son lives with me. He's gone to see his mom right now. I didn't mean to say son. I meant to say child. Whatever. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not lying on nobody. You do the very bare minimum for this person, for this kid, and then you act like we're supposed to be in agreement or discussion or anything when it comes to.
This is why.
If I wanted to pick up and leave, I don't have to ask you crap.
That's a different, completely different.
I think that's the majority.
That's not the majority.
I think when a woman feels
listen, if that's the case, then you win. There is no conversation here. Again, I got sent this from a person who is a custodial parent. Mm-hmm. This guy was doing everything that was deemed best for this child, paying child support, being there. Her job says, I need you to come here.
Wait, say it again. He's the custodial parent?
No.
She is?
Well, a custodial parent is just somebody a non-custodial, somebody who wasn't there. That's just somebody who wasn't there.
No, custodial just means you live in the home. So was he?
No, custodial is you're in conjoinment with the child, meaning you do for them, you're there for them. You don't have to live in the house.
Actually, you do.
Okay, well, it just says non-custodial. So
the non-custodial parent is the one that they don't live with the majority of the time.
The majority of the time.
That's how it goes.
The child does not live with the parent.
And he is the custodial or he's not? Or
he's not custodial. He don't live there. But he pays.
But he's with his kid. He's with his kid.
Okay. He's a good dad. He pays. He picks his kid up regularly. All of this and that. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? When we went to court, it was going to court for money. It wasn't, who gets the kid this much of the time.
Because they both see the kid.
Everybody sees the kid a fair amount on top.
Great.
When she picks up and leave, it's now, no, I'm not leaving my kid here. And I'm going. I have to go. But I'm not leaving my kid with you. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have time to be tied into the court dates like this, bro. He just don't. From what I assume, this is what he's saying in the long post, and I'll send it to you, let you read it. He doesn't have time to be tied into the court stuff. So he's just like, bro, this bullshit, bro.
I agree.
Like, why do I have to go through this? So that's where it comes from. Who is it in the best interest of?
You know what? It's so tough because a lot of dudes that hate me for this, but you should have thought about that before you had a kid with a woman you didn't want to be with. I don't know their situation. But I do know that you can stop her from leaving. He can absolutely do that, and it's going to cost him. It's going to cost him time off work. It's going to cost him time, period, the only true asset in life. And it's going to be a struggle, but he can make her stay home. And the type of father that it sounds like he is, that's the steps that he should go through. I wouldn't tell him, man, just let her go, bro, and you do what you can. I would tell him to fight.
And so for everyone who has the mind and thought just like that, now it creates a discourse between me and this woman where there wasn't one before. Now we have an issue where we didn't have one before because when we didn't work as a couple, we could still work as co-parents. And now the fact that she can't pick up and go because she refuses to leave this child and she's not getting ready to give you custody. You're not getting ready to give her custody. Now there's a problem, bro.
That's very true.
And that problem pours into the child because now it's when I come to pick you up, it's an issue. When I come to drop you off, it's an issue. When it comes to birthday shit, it's an issue. When it comes to holiday shit, it's an issue. And that's the issue here at hand from what I'm assuming it to be. This man don't want to go through none of that, bro. Regardless.
He ain't got no choice.
But see, that's the bullshit.
It ain't, because he did it to himself. Like, let's not forget that, bro. That man did that to himself.
Hey, man, listen.
Do you believe that?
No, because that's the ignorance and the thought of people.
How is that?
Because when you get with somebody, you're not assuming that it's gonna break left. It's gonna go left. You're not assuming that y'all gonna. You don't.
So you think now you, bro? Are we finna do this?
Ask the question.
Are you finna say most men are around women with good intentions?
Who said anything about intentions?
You just said you're not assuming that it's gonna break left. We know it's gonna break left. We don't even want you from the start.
Oh, bro, you sound
From the start.
Hey, whatever backing that you had in that, bro.
Bro, we already know, like, man, we not in this with good intent most of the time.
What? No, that's you.
Bro, so you think most men get in relationships with good intent?
Hey, bro, that's you. You first of all, a man doesn't get in a relationship if he doesn't want to be there.
Man, please.
So what you get in a relationship for when you could just be smashing?
That's the intent. That's what I mean. That's what,
bro. But
we're not talking about
smashing and being in a relationship.
So
is
most
two
kids come out of
things.
most kids come out of a relationship, bro.
That's not what I'm saying either.
What I'm saying is this man had a child with a woman that he's no longer with. Were they married? No,
they wasn't married.
I know they weren't. So it's the
but
same story
together,
all the
but
time.
They were together for a while.
It's the same story all the time.
They were together for a while.
Yeah, that's great. She was good enough to put a baby in her, but she didn't marry her. Yeah, that sounds great.
But it wasn't because. Hold on, slow your boat, nigga. Because it
wasn't married.
No. Slow down.
Go ahead.
It wasn't that he didn't want to marry her. Her thing was he was working all the time. That's why she went out. Yeah.
So she didn't want to marry him.
Like no. He was bringing the bread in, and she did that. Like, man, I want to say this nigga name so bad. I'm trying so hard not to say this nigga name. You know what I'm saying? That's what made her cheat because he was getting the bread.
Oh.
He was running to it. And he like, man, I'm young. Let me run it up right now. Mm-hmm. I'm finna run it up crazy. And when we in our 30s, bro, we gonna be straight. We gonna get some business.
And how long were they together?
They was together like 9 years. I'll say 10
So
because I know the
get
situation.
No,
bro. They was kids in the beginning, bro. Chill, fam.
Okay, how old were they? 18? 9 years from 18 is a nice stretch. You're 27.
No, bro. Who said 18? They could have been
I'm
together.
trying to make them young for you, so it sounds better.
Bro, slow down, because you're trying to prove a point. You're trying to prove a point. First of all, Dennis, everybody don't think like you think, bro. And marriage don't just come like that. Nigga, I was with Pint for 6 years before I fucking proposed. So that don't mean nothing. Like, you can't say just because...
How many kids did y'all have before you
we didn't have any kids.
I know. That's my point.
Is that what you want to do? Because then I'll tell the business. Chill, fam.
What do you mean? What I'm saying is, I ain't had no kids with good intent. None. What do you mean? You said you making my point for me.
No, bro, but everybody don't think how you think, bro.
You do.
No, I don't.
Bro, you did the same thing. You didn't have no kids until you got married.
Right, but look at it. I chose to have children in a marriage so that I wouldn't have kids that were just out here in the world like that. So when I proposed to my wife, now it's let me raise children in this setting so that I can show my kids that it can be done. We've had this conversation plenty of times. But because the way my oldest children seen things and how they were raised, let me show them that there is love here.
And there
can be love here. What we do when we're immature, that's one thing, bro. But when you become a man, you start to put all your fucking childish things away and you grow up. At a point, you have to grow up.
Facts.
And that's what happened. I grew up, still made a mistake. I'm not removed from it. I'm not absolved from it.
No, facts.
Those who know, I still fucked up. But at the same time, where am I at? I'm still showing my children that this is the right way, bro. So just because you start making mistakes in the beginning, that doesn't mean that those mistakes have to follow you all the way to the end. At some point, bro, you have to become an adult about things.
No, you're absolutely right.
You have to become an adult about things.
We're saying the same thing in a different way because what I'm saying is,
no, bro,
what was your intent by the first woman that you had kids with was not the same intent that you have by Pint, right?
But I mean, that's not true because she was. Tayshawn, and I'm not trying to do the personal thing.
I know.
Tayshawn and Aubrey's mother was in a very good space.
No, but I'm talking about intent.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm walking you into that.
Go ahead.
She was older than me. She had everything together. No kids, whatever the case may be, good credit. We bought a property together. You know what I'm saying? We were in that space moving, but I wanted to be outside. Still, I was still young, but I was building with her.
Right.
And then I ultimately I wanted to be outside. I was still young.
Right.
But I had 2 kids with the intent of, hey man, this could work. Okay. But you know what I'm saying? And not being cerebral about the other shit from the past and the trauma. Because you don't know that. You gotta get 25, 30, 35 before you start to look back and be like, oh shit, I've been fucking up. You know what I'm saying? But there was intent there. Like Tayshawn I'm not going to say that he was intentional, that I was like, oh yeah, we finna have a kid. But when we did have the kid, it wasn't like, we have this conversation. I'm not going to put our business, but I wasn't saying, hey man, you got to get rid of that. I was saying, now it was a couple that I did say that with, we got to get rid of that. But I did not say that with Tayshawn. I did not say that with Aubrey. I did not say that. because I was like, oh shit, like I can do this. Good job, you know what I'm saying? No criminal history. I got, sky's the limit, whatever the case may be, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I was still outside, but that's neither here nor there. The point that I'm trying to make is that these two individuals, when they got in their situation, they were young and they grew into a space together, had a life together, and started having children with the intent of being married and everything. But when he couldn't provide the social context of date nights all the time, trips all the time, is I always got to work. I got to go work. I got to go get this bag. And she was like, oh, well, okay, you got to go do that. Here, let me go get this meat real quick. Hey. And I'll say this, she ended up getting pregnant by somebody else. So that's why he left her.
Marriage doesn't mean, it really, in a true construct, it really don't mean nothing. You just put a ring on and y'all live like y'all. But that is a certain amount of commitment that you make to a person. It don't take 9 years to know you want to marry somebody. I don't care what that nigga's talking about. I'm sorry. Bro, please. Because, man, I done pacified a person with all kind of stuff, and I know I don't want them, bro. I don't have to want you to take care of you. I'm just responsible when it comes to you.
Bro, but there has to be some type of foundation, bro. Like you can't, and this is I've been guilty of this plenty of times. Mm-hmm. You can't put a time frame on anything. To any woman who says it don't take this long, to any man who says it don't take, that's the same way you got people with multiple degrees who say, man, by 35, I felt like I'd be married with children and happy. Bro, life don't fit into your ideology of what success is.
I agree. I do agree with that. But I also agree that it doesn't take 9 years to say, man, I'm ready to be with you for the rest of my life.
What? Bro.
Heck no, bro.
No. Listen, man, let me help y'all with something, because this is where people go wrong. This is where everybody goes wrong. For those of you who don't know, up until you're 30, you have no idea of who you are.
That's a fact. I agree.
I'm talking about you can go to college, get a bachelor's, a master's, be working on your doctorate, be working on a PhD at that point. You have no idea who you are before 30. They tell you, try a bunch of different things. Every 6 months, lock in on something so you can figure out what you don't want. You know how many people been at their jobs for 10 years, 11 years, and still talking about, man, I'm finna quit this motherfucker. They done pissed me off. Bro, you been here 11 years, nigga. You got a pension. Where are you going? You've invested 11 years, 10 years of your life. That doesn't make sense. You have no idea who you are. So just because you're in a relationship with somebody for an exact amount of time, it doesn't matter how long you've been with them. Because you see some people who get married at 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever the case. Don't let society put an addendum on when you choose to get married. Because you get married in your comfort system. Because if that's the case, this man sitting on the couch with my brother, he'd be married by now. He'd be married by now.
I might be married now.
Nigga, you ain't married. We had this conversation the other day. You know what I'm saying? So don't let society tell you when you should get married. You can be with somebody 5 years, and it might not to say that you're not ready to marry them, because you can be ready to marry them. But what if that smells great? Did you spray something? Was that Mike?
Mike here?
He walked in here. Yeah,
I know.
He walked in and shot back past you. He was yelling at me, so you didn't hear him. You know what I'm saying? Don't let society tell you when. Can't nobody say, oh, well, it don't take this long to get married. It don't take that long to get married. It takes as long as it takes you. Period.
Man, stop that.
Period.
Bro.
Hold on. Let me get over here, man, because I see they've been in here. Look, Mike said he agreed with you.
That's my big brother.
But I mean, that was first and foremost, that was a number he threw out there. And they were together 9 years. They weren't stable for 9 years. Okay. If you're together and stable, bro, go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, do what's best for you. But it might not be best for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people who got married after a year. There you go, right there. Who got married after a year and then got divorced in 2 years. You got people who got married after 10 years and shit. By the year 4, they was like, man, this ain't for us, or we're in it. So that's neither here nor there. The point is, when they got together, they were building, and she was on board with the process of building this life. But when he couldn't, she see, oh, all my friends is going on vacation, all my friends is doing this, all my friends. He was like, well,
do you think that it's possible
Everything is possible.
Do you think that her thought process was, this man ain't never gonna marry me, so let me move around? Although I don't want to leave.
Everything is possible.
So to me, I don't know her, so to speak for her, I'm out of pocket, but I'm gonna do it anyway. To me, that sounds like this ain't about date nights. This is about commitment, bro. This 9 years.
Well, here, watch this. Now she kicking shit. Because the chick he just got with 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, after she broke up with him or whatever the case may be, they're married. And he's settled.
How long was it before they got married?
Maybe a year, maybe 2 years. I don't know.
It sounded good for DP.
Hey, no. Look, if I give too much, then somebody might be like, wait, I know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? They're married, and it didn't take long. He's settled. The job has honed him into one space. He's home after 8 hours. He's got the briefcase. They've got some subsidy housing and things of that nature.
Do you think it's about his financial status getting better or about that woman?
Well, I would love to believe that he wanted to be comfortable before he locked in.
I think it's about that woman.
No, because I'll say this. When I bumped into him before everything fell apart, he was like distraught about the breakup. Like legit, like, man, I can't believe I'm going through this, bro. I would have never thought we would have been in this space. This is what he was telling me.
It's a lot of people who I don't have to necessarily want you to want you. Dang, that was so deep.
I don't necessarily have to want
I don't want you to go anywhere, but I don't want to do right by you. I don't want to do the things that you require to be happy, but I don't want you to go anywhere else. That's most men.
To some degree, Tiana just said that. A man will put you on layaway. Where is it at?
Facts. There you go. You just passed it again.
She's like, a man to put you on layaway for years, and it means he still. Well,
I swear to God, I agree. I agree 100%.
And again, let's go back, man, because I've been playing with this misconception thing for the last few weeks. I swear, tell me when I get on camera, I don't know what that is. We have to stop doing that. Because nigga, you said it to me on the podcast. You have to stop saying that because at a point it becomes real. We've made a lot of the dumb shit that we argue about real. We've made it real because we've decided in our minds that if it doesn't fit what society says, then the majority is doing this. No, in this particular case, he wanted to make sure that they were going to be financially straight because maybe there was something in his past where he saw it falter, break away because they weren't ready. But when he was ready and everything was, and now, everybody can say, well, if you keep waiting until your ducks in a row, he wasn't waiting until his ducks was in a row. He made sure he laid the cement so they can stand on it. Because you waiting until you get your ducks in a row, that's, oh, well, man, when I get this $250, when I get to this $1,750, then you get the $1,750, now you're going to need $2,750.
Right.
He didn't put a number. He said, I want this to be in place and as well as this to be in place, and then we can stand on that and then build everything off of it. And I just feel like when you take that child, and now you've been gone with that child for 4 or 5 years, 6 years now. You know what I'm saying? You working, you doing different things. You got new friends. You got this child around new people. This child doesn't have the family structure of grandma, grandpa, aunties, uncles, cousins that they had when they were back at home. To get, like, let me get this off my chest too. If you need to go somewhere else and build yourself, that's fine. That's fine. But don't look back then 10 years later and point the finger and say, well, if you had been here. Well, your life carried you there. My life didn't carry me where your life carried you. So let's be intentional in our thought process. You made that decision for you. You disregarded the child and his other extended family. Now, a lot of times people gonna say, oh, well, them people didn't fuck with them anyway. But there was birthdays, there was sleepovers, there was, can I spend the night? You know what I'm saying? Can you keep the kid when I go do this, go do that? Women will move and do that. Well, I ain't got nobody here, so I just got to stay in the house. I ain't got nobody here, so no, you chose to not have nobody there. That's where you moved, and I think that's where his issue is now because that's what he's getting a lot of. You know what I'm saying?
She's frustrated
with how her life turned out, and it's like she pointing the finger and she clapping on social media. Look at this fake. They fake happy. They not really this. They not. And he like, bro, I'm good. He like, DA, you know I'm good.
To me, and this is why, like, I got it took a long time for me to get cool with the mother of my children or whatever. Like, it took a long, long time. But it got better when I finally said to myself that everything she ever put me through was my fault. Because from the first incident we ever had, I know to myself I'm not supposed to be around this woman. That don't mean she's a bad woman. She's just not the woman for me.
Right.
Still chose to lay down with this woman and have a kid.
Yeah.
Man, I get whatever comes with that. Everything that she ever did that bothered me, I did it to myself.
Let me stop you, bro. That's the personal that you're arguing from.
But
And
I think that's everybody.
But stop. Listen to what you got to listen to yourself. But one, two, think. But I think that's what you think. That's not everybody's case.
This nigga ain't got no business having kids with women he not with, bro. So you get what comes with it.
But listen to what you did again, bro. Oh my God, bro.
Bro, your man don't want his kids. How about we do that? Go get your baby, bro. What state he in? Make her come back. You don't want to be bothered with this kid.
But you've missed
That's
it,
what
bro.
it really is. If we really just gonna get to it, you don't want to be bothered, bro.
You're doing that what you think thing.
You don't want to be
At
bothered.
this point now, this kid has been away from him on the regular every day. Do you know how hard it is, bro? A 12-year-old, a 13-year-old,
How long
a
the baby been
14-year-old.
gone?
I'm not getting ready to do that. I'm
Right.
not getting ready to do that. But the kid is older. The kid is teenage years at this point. No smoke, no lie, no jokes. The kid is teenage points. At this point, even you talking over the phone, seeing the kid a couple of weeks out the summer before school start back, whatever the case may be, you popping up to a few, you're not this kid's dad anymore. This kid has been raised by its mother.
That's true.
So even if I do call out to bring them back, which is too late now because she's a resident of another state, so they can't make her do anything. This kid doesn't even look at you the same. It doesn't have the same weight. So you're saying he doesn't want this kid. No, I'm actually fighting for the love of this kid, but this is an honest to God gripe because now this is where the discourse comes in with the child as well as the mother. Because now the child feel like, oh, well, shit, nigga, just send me something for my birthday.
And we both got our stories and we both know each other's story and they don't sound nothing like this dude.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be rude. I don't know. If I know this person, I don't mean you disrespect, but it's my truth. Bro, you didn't want nothing to do with this kid at the time.
And I mean, going back.
And you paying for it now. Like he probably at a more mature stage in life and he regrets the fact that he let it go down like that, but he let that happen.
Here is the ignorance that I keep telling y'all in which we think with. Like, to this nigga, to Dottie Wright, he's not taking accountability. He was in the home with the child when he was working. So when he's coming home, the child is there. They're not living in two separate houses.
He's taking accountability in the whole.
No, she was talking about you. You were taking accountability for your lack of what you did in life. But that wasn't the case in this situation. Wasn't the case.
But to me, it's the exact same thing, dude.
Slow down, bro. Listen to what I'm telling you. He and the girl lived together and they were building.
Man, they wasn't building crap. He was wasting their time,
and that's
bro.
Because you don't want the chicks that you deal with. That wasn't the case for him.
I didn't. That's a fact.
But that's not his story.
It is, bro.
You can only tell.
I wasted a lady's life for 5 years.
Because you suck.
Exactly. And so does he.
But you can't put that off on him, bro.
We are the same person, bro.
So you telling me.
We the same person.
Okay, watch this. A dude go and rob a bank, he can say, well, you want to be a bank robber too? Or you're also a bank, because I'm a bank robber. Now he comes in here with the bags of bank money in his
Did I
hand.
rob a bank too?
But he didn't. The two people that you're talking about, you and him, y'all did two completely separate things.
How?
You just said when you laid up with your kid's mother, you didn't want this nigga at all. Y'all wasn't living together. You just had whoa, Mr. Bank Robber. You only had intentions to hit and get out the way. They were in a relationship, bro. Living together. They were together. You had no intentions on being a father. This is what I'm saying.
I got a situation. I had a situation where I was standing in the same.
The ignorance of
bro.
Men.
It's all the same
because
thing.
We will take ourselves and project ourselves off on other people who look like us, so we're not alone in this. It's not accountability. Only when you look in the mirror, point at yourself and say, "I'm doing this, and I am one of one." Just because it looks like you, when I tell you, because somebody gonna say, but you said all men alike. Yeah, because all men want to just hit. But there are some dudes out here who just kind of good dudes. Mm-hmm. They want to hit and then build. Dennis wasn't one of them.
No,
he just wanted to build cum stacks inside of chicks. I don't know if I should have said that, but that's what he was looking to do. This guy is a different guy. He's a different guy. I can tell you, and I know him. Y'all can do that birds of a feather shit all y'all want to. He's nothing like me. And that's why we get along. He is nothing like me. I wish I could say.
Of course, we're not gonna say his name. I know. Do I know him?
No, you. I don't know. I don't think y'all Facebook friends.
To me, like I was in a situation with a female. We lived together.
He keeps telling the I story.
But what I'm saying is, we were together for 5 years. I love this person, but I knew for a fact I would never marry her. If she needed something, I was going to do it. We had a child. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take care of this kid, but I do not want you. I'm not going to marry you. I am wasting your time.
Can somebody tell Dennis that we're not saying the same thing?
Man, we are saying the exact same thing. Buddy did not want nothing to do with this woman, bro. At all. We are saying the same thing. Yeah,
cheated, nigga.
After 9 years.
Bro, it wasn't 9 years, bro.
When she cheated?
9 years.
When she cheated?
She cheated. So when their kids at sophomore, freshman year, whatever the case may be. 18, 19, y'all in the world. Y'all shouldn't even be doing nothing but you living at your mama house. I'm living at my mama house. By 24, 25, now I'm good in my job. So we didn't even move together. They probably living together.
And that's why I was doing the 18 at first. So
that's what I'm saying.
So we talking about from 14 to like 25?
But that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. They was together. So, but you're making it seem like they just met. And
so
I'm 25 and now they 39.
I'm thinking you're talking about adults, though. No. That's why I said 18 but going to 27 or something.
Nigga, don't put the shoes on now.
No, but it's still the same thing.
No, it's not, bro, because you can't tell a man just because he's at this point 2 years, 3 years in a relationship with a girl that he should marry her. That's fucking stupid. That's dumb, bro. That's dumb.
Man, men don't want to commit, bro. Stop it. Stop it, bro.
Listen,
we don't.
Listen, it sucks. I don't know if Dennis doing that one thing.
I'm not. I promise I'm not.
But y'all will sit and listen to niggas like this, and this is why y'all fucked up. Because it is niggas out here who love y'all, but y'all will see all of this ass shaking shit. And y'all to see all of this, and you gotta look like this, and you gotta be like this, and you gotta fit into this mold. That's because niggas like this is talking to y'all.
Man, please, you better listen to me, because I would have told her to shake dude way out. But hold on, the only thing that I will say that makes it a lot different is you started the relationship at 14.
I mean, but they was, bro.
It's a huge difference, because these is kids.
Yeah, that's puppy love.
But okay, it's still 9 years regardless. That does change things a little bit. So because they get out of college or whatever. At 22, they was really together from like 22 to 25. Now, to rush somebody into marriage at 25 is almost insane. I feel you with that, but I'm talking about the majority of people who stall a relationship for 9 years do not intend to marry this person. Like, even when men get married most of the time, it's like we were captured. Like a woman will be excited, like, man, yeah, I'm finna go on and do it. I'm excited. That's my baby. That's the only person. A dude will be like, man, shoot, I done did everything I needed to do, but I'm going ahead and do this, man. Go and settle down. I done ran these streets enough, man. I'm gonna go on and do it, I guess. You've been captured. Like, you love this person and you
keep
committed.
Listening to this dumb
but that's
shit,
not the
bro.
same thing, bro. You not finna. This man ain't ready to do none of that at 25 years old. This man was. Most of us are time wasters, bro.
But listen at what I'm trying to tell you, bro. He was actually building into marrying her, bro.
Bro, there was whole babies. This ain't even the same. I'm thinking we talking about adults. That's why I tried to do a timeline. That's why I was like,
but slow down,
18
though, bro,
to 27.
Because you can't disregard his maturity level. If he was ready at that time, he's ready at that time. He's building to be comfortable at that time. It don't take until you, like, if you're growing. And
for his individuals, it does change
all
things.
I've been saying to you was he was growing into that. He was growing into the mature individual that people say that you can't be, but he was that. So now everything happens how it happens. You pick up and you go away. And now you looking back saying, oh, this nigga, he da-da-da-da-da.
But all relationship aside, he not supposed to let his kids leave. And that's the part, that's the whole moral of the conversation that we having. Ain't all men who really want to be a part of their kids, you never let your kids leave. Ever.
Dennis, how old are you?
38.
And he was 24 when this happened.
Bro, I've been fighting for 16 years. I literally fought for our kids are 16 now.
Said.
What do you mean? I never stopped fighting, bro.
But listen, bro, but you didn't This is.
I don't mean literally. I'm talking about just being in the courthouse.
But that's the ignorance of the conversation because you won't listen. He didn't have the ability to do it, bro.
Bro, I wasn't rich then.
No, I'm not talking about money because he's in the situation he's in. His job is sending him. He's gone. He's gone for a week. He's gone for 2 weeks. He can't just come back and sit here and fight this fight. This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Man, look. Hey,
and again,
you got to pick a struggle. Sometimes you're going to lose.
At this big age, we will give anything what it is. But at a young age, I keep telling y'all,
man, I did it.
I did it, bro. And you did what?
What do you mean? I was going back and forth to them courthouses all the time. We did this junk for 12 years. We was in court last year about the argument.
So tell this nigga he proving my point. He can't
go. What do you mean? I was doing it. I'm going to court back and forth. I'm not going to miss these dates for y'all.
Bro, be quiet. Please, be quiet.
You wrong.
He's leaving the state. He can't be there for this.
Bro.
So at that time, I have to let this happen, bro. It don't work. And this is all I'm saying, bro. And this is how I led in the beginning. Everybody can't do what you had the time and space to do because he was trying to build for the future. And all he's telling her is, sit still, bro. You don't have to go run there. I can help you. I've been helping you. I'm going to continue to help you. So at the end of the day, I guess what this individual was saying is that, this woman did it out of spite. And now that the child is a Ray and the child is, in the trouble that the child is in, he's being blamed for how the child.
He prioritized his job over his child. Sorry. It's the truth.
Bro, but you can't say that, bro, because you had nothing when you was fighting for your kids. So there was nothing for you to prioritize. What do you mean?
I had 3 jobs. Now, ain't none of them about crap. But it don't matter, though, bro. If you think I wouldn't have left that job to go to those court cases, it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do.
But you got 3 jobs here. This man is, okay.
They're Illinois residents. The court case was here. It wasn't there where she's at.
Exactly. But what's happening here is with this young man's job, his job, he works construction. Now I'm giving too much now because somebody is like, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He works construction. And he might be working on a high rise in California for 2 months. He might be, and he's flying home.
I feel you.
He coming home for a week. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. He's, a weekend or whatever the case may be. I'm at work. I'm coming home for the weekend. I'm here. Blah 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 blah. Like if it's a rain day or whatever, a weather day or whatever, he like, well, I know this is coming, or I'm red eyeing to the crib. You know what I'm saying? So this is the issue that he's having. But I'm to most men's dismay. When you're young, y'all can sit here and listen to Dennis. When you're young, everybody doesn't have the mental capacity. And again, the anecdotal conversation that Dennis is telling you, he's been fighting for 16 years. Listen at that. I've been in the situation. This individual couldn't be in the situation. They just didn't. And when you're young, bro, how much, you don't have to fight for 16 years. If you was doing what you was supposed to be doing, like you claim, this fight shouldn't have took that long.
My kids live with me.
Yeah, now.
They've been there for 4 or 5 years.
So what is you fighting for 16 years for?
Because we don't agree on things.
So
we'll go about what we don't agree about.
Tell him.
We'll go about what we don't agree about.
Okay, so then listen to what I'm saying. If you're in another state, I can't keep.
So the whole point is, man, once again, I was young. The point is, once you get into situationships and you have children with people that you don't want to be with, everything that comes with that is for you. That's all for you. So if you got to fight for 18 years with this person, that's on you. You need to make that a priority. If he was making so much money doing all this out of state, then you should be able to get a lawyer to go to court for you and you zoom in. This ain't that.
And so you still miss that, bro, because he has to be in court. Like you think that I'm making this to try to make it. This isn't my.
What I'm saying is,
me.
Okay, so fine. If you work out the state, you should have some money then, right? You can't.
He works in construction.
My man got to pick a struggle.
He works in
You
construction.
can't be here and you got money, or you got money.
His thing isn't her moving away, bro. You missing it. His thing is you're blaming me for how this child has turned out. Like, because we've made the argument, that whole front end of everything. You're blaming me for how this child turned out, and it's not my fault. It was your decision to do that. Read the caption, Dennis. Who is it in the best interest of? And this is the conversation. We sat here and had the whole front end conversation, and I to some degree baited you to bring you to this point, bro. You can't blame me for how the child turned out when it was your decision for you to go there.
Bro.
Had you still been here, I would have been an everyday presence in my child's life. Regardless if I'm talking on the phone and I'm doing all of this and all of that. Like, and we gonna definitely talk when these fucking cameras go off.
Because you on one right now.
Here doing that one thing,
God.
bro.
DA,
and I'm like, whoa.
So you don't know when you have a child if you're better suited to raise this kid than your other co-parent.
But I mean, he never said that she was a bad parent, bro. He never said that, bro. And you can't say that she is or that he would have been better.
Man.
All he's saying is the two of them together would have been better co-parents. When you're not here, okay, boom, I'm in town, I got the kid, or I'm home, I got the kid. And I mean, I can't say that his job was sending him out for 7 months at a time. I don't know that. I just know there was times where he wasn't there and he couldn't be there. And that was her reasoning, he says in the text. That was her reasoning for cheating. Because you weren't here. So now I had to go do this. And then he like, well, man, that's sense. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I'm saying? Every time I'm gone, I got to think about you doing this. And I can't live like that. Because they went on for a little while where he was out and then he hit her, you know, he at work, she didn't answer.
Is there, without, of course, no names, is their child a boy or girl?
It's a boy.
The fuck? Man, I almost cussed.
It's a boy.
Man, bye, bro.
It's a boy. By what?
Man, your man's don't want, your man's he picked the struggle, bro. He chose his job. Hey, respect to it. You have a big part of why that kid is the way he is, and so does mom.
And that's all he's saying. Why is it now I'm the bad parent?
Y'all both.
But I mean,
because she shouldn't have left and you shouldn't have let her.
But I mean, that's the conversation. But I'll stand firm.
Ain't nobody gonna raise my kids.
On what I think. Like, bro, chill.
Sorry.
Like, hey, bro, this nigga talking, and he forgetting it's me sitting over here.
What you mean? Like, who had my kids, bro? Like, what you mean?
This nigga he's talking, and he's forgetting that I'm sitting over here. Y'all not sitting over here, so y'all don't know him.
You know me better than anybody else. We'll talk. You and Mike in that other room.
We'll talk. Mike not even here. I think he left. We'll talk off camera because it's like, chill, fam. But anyway, that's all. He's looking at it like, well, like, why am I being deemed? Oh, because you know you want to send a child to me now. If I take on this child now I gotta undo or try to fix, and we all know that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you've allowed over this time. So because I'm saying, well, no, we can continue how, you know, come on the summer, come for weeks at a time. But you know what I'm saying? The kid come live here. Then I'm sitting here trying to instill all of this stuff. And now it's causing a bigger gap between me and the kid. Now the kid got to go. And she just saying that he's a bad father or whatever the case may be. And he just like, bro, it wasn't my decision for you to leave. You chose to leave. And now I'm the bad father because I don't want to try to undo everything that you've done in the last 10 years.
Hey, this a fire show, but I'm dead serious, though. I'm not doing that one thing. Man, I'm so serious.
Listen, I'll let you have it. You got it, boss.
I think that he made a mistake.
You got it, boss.
You don't think he made a mistake?
I'll let you have it.
You don't think he made a mistake?
Hey, bro, I can't say that he made a mistake, bro, because I'm not that man.
I wish he was sitting here.
What's for him is for him. Hey, so, you know what I'm saying? We kicked that one pretty long. That was an hour. This is next up on the docket for Sunday. I was sent this by a female. I was sent this particular picture by a female. And it's
hold tight. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
Real quick, everybody who's in here, please do me a favor. If you haven't already, go to our YouTube page, like and subscribe. We're going to do some Facebook shows, but if you can, start moving toward that YouTube page. We appreciate you for being here. Can we read through some of those comments, though, just to see how?
Yeah, we can backtrack. We can pull this down.
We got into one of those. We do this all day. Man, we talk on the phone all day and do this all the time. So it's just us. I've seen a lot of people agreeing with me, a lot of people agreeing with you. It's a split thing because it's all opinional. It's no correct answer. This man is gonna do what he wants to do. So is that woman, and we just hope the best for all three parties involved. Like
that's all you can do.
I want that man to have. I want best for him, that woman, and that child.
Dottie says the bad relationship between the child and the dad is his fault. It's fathers in prison who stay connected to their children and have great relationships with them. Yeah, that's what you saw on TV, sweetheart. they know each other, but I come to see you in prison. What I'm doing outside, you have no regard over me. I'm sorry. That's just that simple. Like, I can come see you in prison and you can try to hold the house down, but you in prison, bro. Chill. And these are teenagers we're talking about at this point. So that is what it is. Brian says, men always have to accommodate women. Did the hand over the face.
Yeah,
did the hand over the face emoji. Tina jumped in. Tina says both parents do play a serious role in raising their children or raising their kids. The absentee parent does, because a lot of issues
it causes a
lot of issues for the child. That's valid. I can see that. That one's long. Goody Good says, I'm the breadwinner. I'm going to keep getting to the bag to secure the family. Mm-hmm. If the other half sneaks off, that's on her. Mm-hmm. As for custody, there are lawyers who can establish dual custody. Mm-hmm. You actually can do a Zoom court nowadays. No need to fight. Let your lawyer handle the paperwork.
Thank you, Goods. That's all I'm saying.
Go back to what he said, though. Nowadays, you got to shoot back, bro. This situation is old. Slow down. Oh, yep, it was up on the screen. Lovely. Remia said the mom made a mistake. That's clean. Tina chimed in again. She said, this is why I always tell guys to fight. Get you an attorney. You're a parent also. You have rights. Yes, you do.
I like
but
that.
You have rights now. And I would charge everybody. I can't tell y'all. I just want to say this nigga name so bad so I can stop doing this. But this is a very old situation. Fathers' rights have come a long way.
That is true.
If I have any fathers in the comment section who have gone through this, everybody thinks that this area is just so black and white.
That's a fact. I lost some of them court dates, so I feel you.
It is not. It is not. Like, if you cannot afford a lawyer, and everybody's situation, I was going to say his name. Everybody's situation is not this guy's situation, is not DP's situation.
Right.
Everybody can't afford to just get a lawyer. So when you cannot walk in there, you can't just LegalZoom.com. I think that's what Dottie said. That's not how it happens for civility court. You can't just pay $25, $30. These mugs want some money because they know it's a lot of work that goes into this. And then it's like a bunch of what is it called? Like the mediation shit that you have to go through as well.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with this, and
I got extorted. I feel you.
I don't even think men want to deal with that. Smokey chimed in. He said it's easy to say what is what when a person is on the upper side of the tax bracket than being on the lower half and gotta provide. Smokey, that was
That's
clean.
a fact, Smoke.
I like it.
I like that too.
Okay, I don't know what that was. The area is better now. Of course, everyone doesn't know how to fight. Remius,
that's true too.
To make that, like, not to like shine a light on there, but a lot of people don't understand that it takes a mental stability, bro, like to understand what's happening to you. Everybody is going to tell you, well, get a lawyer and go fight for your child. It isn't that cut and dry for a lot of people, man. It don't work that way. Equal rights for divorced fathers, just Google it. Yeah, I mean, again, we've come a long way in the legal system. We've come a very long way in the legal system, and things have changed. But I mean, majorly speaking, we know that when two parents split up, who's gonna get the kid?
Yeah, most of the time, Mom.
80%, 90% of the time, and we only know this because we've seen it a million times.
Facts.
For whatever reason, what was you getting ready to say, DP?
No. I was agreeing with you.
I'm talking about like before that. You had something.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I got this one from a woman. She is empowered. I will say that. She is about her femininity. She is a boss. She is everything that you can put to someone who not turns their nose up or looks down at other women, because that's what you'll get. Like somebody say, oh, well, she must think she better than everybody else if this is her conversation. And she's not one of those. She just wants women to know that there's more out there for them than the lack thereof. But this says when a woman is around black men, she wears a bonnet. She's comfortable. And when she goes around white males, that this becomes who she is. When I posted this, I made it about work only because I look at this differently than most people do. I think this was a conversation you and I had. I'm not sure. I probably heard you say
we stopped
this.
each other so that you can.
So then we didn't talk about this.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when you look at an image like this and you see these women on here, of course, a lot of women will argue, well, why would I go to court? Why would I go to work looking less than? Right. When I go to work, I want to look my best. I want to do this and I want to do that. And, to some degree that makes sense. But I mean, you even seeing them at work now with bonnets on. I mean, some of them got to wear bonnets because like food stuff or whatever the case may be. But I'm talking about like actual bonnets. They going out, they got their hair up. They don't want the warehouse stuff to get in their hair or whatever the case may be, blah, 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 blah. Put the work one on. Put the work one on. But you're actually seeing this out in grocery stores now. You're seeing it at not movie theaters, because I think that's more deemed date night. But I mean, you seeing it at grocery stores. You seeing it women out running errands. You seeing it at Starbucks, whatever the case may be. And to me, this is telling. This is telling because the world gets to see you in all your glory, but you keep coming home to your man in a bonnet. And Smokey, I'm glad you're here, man. I've been trying to get you on the phone for weeks, bro, to have this conversation. Smokey once said something. We were having a discussion about cheating. And Smokey once said that, things that women do don't make a man cheat, but that's how he justifies his actions by what happened. So he'll use whatever happened to justify why he had to go out and do whatever. And I'm not saying him, but why men do it. Men use, I think he did. He was telling a personal story. He was like, when I was doing it, it was because, I was using what happened to justify, not it was the reasoning. So Goody says, he's like, I'm cool with it. I'd rather a bonnet than a tight revealing clothes in public. I actually had a friend of mine speak to this the other night. My friend Natishka, she was like, yeah, I asked my husband and he's cool with it. When the person who sent this to me, they sent it to me out of a group. I actually went to the group. This is how I got in the group, actually, when they sent it to me. What was the other picture? And then I requested to get in the group, and then they sent me this, and they like, hey, just get your material from here. And I got in the group, so I'm looking at the comments, man, and there were a lot of women in the comments was like, well, I got a white husband at home. So, when I get home, my white husband accepts me in the bonnet. And my friend was like, well, I asked my husband about it, and he said it was cool. Like, he didn't mind me being in the bonnet. And, to Mr. Goody Goods, he just said the same thing. I'm cool with it. Yeah, let me help y'all, ladies, because this is where, again, the ignorance of man comes in. We'll say we cool with it. You at home all the time in the bonnet. You got on them big-ass fluffy socks, some sweatpants, and a big T-shirt. You're comfortable at home. You think you should be comfortable around your man, your husband, your relationship, your better half, your partner. But when he's out in the world, he's seeing women at their best every day. And when he comes home to you, you're comfortable. Every woman around him at work, you know what I'm saying? The places that he frequents, they're looking their best. They smelling good. They looking good. Shiny lipstick on, eyelashes. You know what I'm saying? But you look comfortable. It's a psychological thing with men. Men are psychological creatures. Look, break down the word, psychological. Men are psychological creatures. We don't understand what bothers us until it's too late. I want to veer this thing off into another conversation too, because a little bit later on, women talk about why men don't talk because we're logical. We don't want to argue. If I tell you to take your bonnet off, you're going to say, well, you ain't got no haircut in the last 2 weeks. Well, this isn't about my haircut, but I'll go get my haircut. You know what I'm saying? I can do that. Or if I ask you, why you wearing your bonnet? Well, why you been laying on the couch all day? Or why you ain't cut the grass like I told you to? It's a comforting thing for you that men get comfortable with until they recognize or don't even recognize that they're no longer comfortable with it. It's a scary thing. I'm telling y'all, you have to understand. My homegirl, Coy London, she put up a post the other day. She was like, well, what do men really want? I started typing, and before I knew it, I was typing for like 10 minutes. And I was like, well, I'm not finna go edit all of this shit because I know I spelled something wrong. I know I put some letters some places wrong. I know I moved some words around. It's scary when y'all ask men what they want and then they tell you and then you argue what he just told you the answer to your question.
Yeah, that does happen.
It's scary, super scary. This conversation can go in 20 different directions. 100%. 100%. This conversation can go in 20 different directions. I promise you. But let me have you know this. A man don't want to come home and see his woman in a bonnet every day. It's not, even if he tells you it's cool, he doesn't know it, but he's lying to you. He doesn't know it, but he's lying to you. Because that one girl that he cool with at the job that is strictly platonic. Mm-hmm. He has no interest in her whatsoever. psychologically in his mind, he's saying she's always well put together. She always smelling good. She always cool. And all it's going to take one day is that switch to go off in his mind where their relationship changes. I'm not trying to prove a point. I'm not trying to make this about anything. Let me have you understand, when you walk out into the world, and there's a difference between women and girls, or women and hoes, and women and, you know what I'm saying, Goody Goods is doing that one thing, because we're talking about this. If your woman has an issue with you wearing hats and do-rags, she needs to say something. But I go this far, and I know some old guys doing it. We all know some old guys who do it, but that's usually, relegated to younger dudes, do-rags. I don't wear do-rags. I don't have waves. It's not something I do, but you pull it off because you're trying to keep your waves done. As far as a hat go, I mean, the world wears hats, Goody good. So what you doing, man? I know you see me on this podcast every week with a fucking hat on, bro. Chill, fam. I love you to death. Don't make me get on that with you. Bald head fucker. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But men don't know. They don't know. I'm glad you was able to laugh that off, huh? I love you. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a strong bald head fucker. Like that was a strong one.
Stupid.
You know what I'm saying? Men don't know what they have an issue with. And when a man don't know how to come to you and talk to you, he just won't. Because he's trying to avoid an argument. Mm-hmm. Pine and I, we was having this discussion some weeks ago. And one of the homies just posted, he was like, man, it kind of sucks living by yourself. I ain't said a word in 8 hours. You know? He was like, man, it kind of sucks living by yourself. I ain't said a word in 8 hours. We was watching, here it goes, shameless plug. We were watching Insecure, and Issa was staying with Daniel. And she was trying to move out, and he was like, man, I kind of like just having you here. My wife and I were talking, and, saying Pint was like, well, man, whatever the conversation was, like, I wasn't saying anything. And she like, why are you so quiet? Nothing. We just sometimes want y'all around. We just want you there. Like, just the same way y'all want us and want to be all cuddled up. Men are just glad that you're there. They don't need you there for a specific reason. They don't need you there to fix anything or make anything make sense in my mind. But when I do choose to start talking, or when we do have a conversation and it's, we can volley back and forth, and, there's some reciprocity there, and, like, that was a good conversation. Oh man, that conversation was great. Men love that. But if they're trying to avoid an argument, they won't even know how to start the conversation with you. I'm gonna bring y'all into my house. The other day, I posted about Pint stealing guacamole. That's what she did. I don't care what nobody says. My wife stole from me. She stole hilarious. Fucking guacamole out the house, and I'm upset about it. I'm gonna let y'all know. But there was this issue, and baby, if you know what I'm saying, text me now if I can't tell the story about the charger. But I want to bring this up, and I know she's rolling her eyes at this point. I know she's rolling her eyes at this point. But men, they'll look to avoid certain things. So, it was this charger in the house. We was trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Well, I knew it was mine. My wife was going to say it was hers because it came with her iPad or whatever. But at a point in the conversation, she was like, well, and everybody who's in here, y'all can applaud my wife or whatever the case may be, but I got some clapback for y'all too. My wife was like, well, man, I'm going to let it go because you think you know everything. That's why men don't have conversations with y'all. Because I often tell my wife, I don't know everything. I just know a lot of things about a few more than a few people. You know what I'm saying? I know a little bit about a lot of different things because of who I am. If you start talking to me, I'm going to listen to you. Bro, anything you tell me, I'm going to Google it after you told it to me. I promise you. And I'm not just looking for Google. I'm looking at books. I'm like, oh, no, I did read that somewhere. I saw that somewhere. Or my wife will do that thing. Oh, well, I'm not going to argue about it because it ain't worth it to me. But it's just like, man, bro, it's not about what it's worth to you. But it's just like, man, like I'm expressing how I feel about something. If I can't express how I feel about something without you disregarding, I'm not saying this is a woman thing, because I do this. To you? I do this. I've been known to be this way. Like when Pint was telling me about her feelings, and I'm like, well, I'm not soft. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to handle that because I'm not soft. I had to learn to start to listen to my wife, because just because I'm not soft, that doesn't mean I can't be attentive to her feelings. Mm-hmm. So now I clean that up. But what women say is it ain't that deep. It's not deep at all, bro. But let me tell y'all something about my wife and cell phone chargers. Her kids destroy them all the time.
Her kids.
Her kids. Pints kid, like this is a thing, bro. Like this is a thing in our house.
Her
like,
kids is irresponsible.
Her kids are overly irresponsible when it comes to cell phone chargers. Like, we don't even have that issue where people steal. You know, COVID happened and we just became super reclusive. No one comes to where we sleep, bro. Like, we just keep everybody away. You know, we done gone to the lengths of moving so far away, niggas can't say I was in the neighborhood. That's how far away we live. You know, I shoot this fucking podcast in Joliet, but I don't live here. So pop up in my house if you think so. Nigga, you gonna find out don't none of me and my wife's cars are there. Like, do they still live here? Hell no, nigga, we moved. So we don't have the issue with people stealing chargers. But this became a thing, and I thought about it, and last night I brought it up again, and I was like, well, man, like, I was upset, bro, because you think that this is one thing, and it's not a thing, or it's not that deep. And so going back to the bonnet, a man can't say, babe, take that off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just be you around the house.
So when is these bonnets, because once you said it to me, I'm like, okay, well, hold on, we'll talk about it on the show. So there's women wearing bonnets from the time they get home from work until they go to bed?
So the women say that, and it's, I guess this is true. They're protecting their hair. Mm-hmm. They're protecting their hair. Like, I got to protect my hair. Because this is what the women were saying in the comments on this particular post. They like, man, I come through the house, I come through the door, I snatch my hair off, or I take off my work clothes, my wig, whatever the case may be, and I throw a bonnet on. They're comfortable at home. Pint said this, we were in the car last night. Pint was like, well, man, you know, I just figure that my husband would love me with a bonnet on or not. And I'm like, well, wait, because when women do that, you got to do what you did to get me. Mm-hmm. Like, that doesn't work both ways.
Facts.
Because when I met you, you didn't have a bonnet on.
See what she just did.
But when I said it, it made sense to her. She was like, oh shit, like, I never even thought about it that way. But watch this. That's the comfort that we fall in when we love each other. We fall in comfort. And as men don't know how to vocalize discomfort. We don't, because it becomes what? A complaint.
Yep.
We don't want to complain to our spouse, to our significant other. And I'm not saying one thing is the other, but this is why men do the things that they do.
I hope that people catch what you're doing right now. You are cooking right now to me. Keep going.
You know what I'm saying? Men don't understand it because they don't know, again, how to vocalize the discomfort. But I don't even know that I'm uncomfortable with what you're doing because I've become used to it. So when I see a woman outside and she's showing me the same attention, but she looks good and she smells good and she's always put together, I think, oh, well, you know, I can go do that. And then when I come home, I don't even know that I'm arguing with you based upon this, or this, because it's all things that brought me to an uncomfortable space that I've been. So I'll go back to what I always tell y'all. Communication rules the nation, period. Mm-hmm. Listen, my brother's sitting right here in the room with me. My wife and I just loved her. When I tell y'all, Pine and I had a very hard conversation about 9-10 months ago, and shit's just been different. Because we were just like, okay, let's put it all out. Put it all out. What's bothering you? Well, this happened, and this happened, and this is going on. And I didn't know that was bothering me, but I clearly see. And I can go back and say that this was an issue, and you can remember me saying this was an issue. Yeah, but you didn't put any emphasis on it. Well, should I have to emphasize it to make it real? Because this is me opening up.
Right.
And so when I open up, and now it's just like, oh, shit. Like, now I can see, my wife will clearly tell you, I could see what you were saying right there. And I'm like, well, man, you know, like with me with her feelings, like when Pint starts to talk, now I don't say anything. Before, Pint used to talk, bro, and I was talking while she was talking. Nigga, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I ain't soft. Nigga, I drink my water hot. I don't know what that's got to do with anything. You know what I'm saying? But I had to realize that I need to listen. And it's so crazy now because we'll be in conversations, and the first thing Pine will say to me after she done got about 20 words out, are you listening to me? Yeah, babe. I actually am. I actually am. 100% I'm listening to you. And this works because I have to listen for key words. And that's what we have to do. So when a man like, damn, babe, why you ain't do your hair this week? That he's talking to you. When the man say, damn, babe, you ain't made no hair appointment in months. He's talking to you. He don't know how to directly come to you and say, hey, man, you need to take that bonnet off because that shit ain't sexy. I'm trying to fuck and I don't want no bonnet coochie. He don't know how to do that. He doesn't know how to do that. Maybe he does, but he doesn't want to argue. What the fuck? Well, this coochie been good when it was this. Yes, it's still the same coochie. I just don't want a bonnet on it. That's just what it is. But he doesn't know how to do that without it being an argument. And we try to avoid that at all costs. Because guess what? Regardless if we talking or not, we just want you there. We just want you there. We want you there. We just don't want you to be in the bonnet. So the same way you met your man, when you go out in public and you look this good, I'm not saying you got to put a full face on. I said this to my wife the other night. She had took her hair down. She went to go get her hair done. She put it up in a little messy bun, had on one of them little, what is the half shirts called? That like show your belly or whatever? Yeah. My wife got a stomach. She ain't got no belly. I love you, baby. But her stomach was out and she had on the house shorts. The ones that she can't wear outside. When you put the motherfucking shorts on and go outside, I'm getting a domestic. You know what I'm saying? But she had that on rope and Pint got up and walked away. I was like, oh yeah, I'm hitting that tonight. Like without putting y'all in my, but that's like men like that little shit, bro. That bonnet on him, man. Pint go to touch me. I'd be like, ugh. Get me. Dottie says, that sounds controlling. I feel so bad for y'all. Y'all have.
She said she feels so bad for y'all women.
Y'all feel so bad for y'all women. Y'all have no say on your body.
Dottie.
You're single.
Not even that you single. I'm not going to do that to you.
You're single. She's single.
No.
She's single.
Dottie just missed it so bad.
But they always miss.
She just missed it so bad. Because I was quiet for a long time. And what was that? I was over here, like, while he's going, he can see me, and I'm doing this. He's cooking right now. I don't know what Donnie was listening to.
She said she's a widow.
That's a huge difference, and nobody meant you any disrespect.
I didn't disrespect her. Yeah, How long have you been a widow?
Yeah, nobody means you any disrespect.
How long have you been a widow?
That's a huge difference.
It is a huge difference. If it's within a year, my apologies. If it's, I'm not telling you when your healing time comes.
Right.
But I would assume she's probably older, like 35, 40.
I talk to Dottie all the time, and I know nothing about her. But that's the homie though.
Yeah, I would assume. But again, going back to that, men aren't controlling. And this is the problem that we're having. The same thing I was doing to Dennis. Ladies and Dottie, all the respect in the world. You're very well spoken. I love to listen at you
funny as
go
crap.
Back and forth with me when you don't agree because I respect everything you say. Stop listening to shit like this. Because y'all will say that my man don't talk to me. My man don't tell me nothing. My man won't communicate with me. And the minute we start communicating, you have the Dottie Wrights of the world that says that's controlling. I feel so bad for y'all women. Y'all have no say on your body.
You're supposed to want to be attractive for your partner.
That is scary.
Especially when I met you, you were attractive to me. So you should remain attractive. That's like, am I going to do this? You know, I'm not even going to do it. I'm not even going to do it because it'll come across like bragging. But that's very important. I'll just say that. It's very, very important to look good to the person that you're with. That's so important.
So, Dottie, do you believe? And if you want, I can drop the link. You can come in here and you can tell everybody what you believe. I think that's more important here.
Donnie, if you come in here, you better take that bonnet off.
Do you
Dottie, I swear to God.
Dottie, do you think that it's not important to look good for your mate? Or do you feel
I want her to jump in here so bad.
Do you feel like just being at home comfortable in a bonnet, a man should just accept that? Because I think that's where we've reached. Mm-hmm. And I want to bring in this very important portion of this conversation. And women can say, y'all can say that I'm wrong all day long, but I will die on this hill. That's why he's cheating. Something has changed. Something has changed. I'm not saying it's the 100% sole reason.
You was just hitting so hard.
Nope.
Finish your sentence. Go ahead.
I'm not saying that it's the 100% sole reason. But I'm telling you, because he doesn't feel like he can come to you.
And tell you, like, I
and
want you to
talk
go back
to
to you
you.
looking like how you did.
He don't feel like he can do that.
I'm
But
with you.
he still wants you there. Because y'all will say, well, why didn't he just leave? Nigga, because I love you. And I want you to look a certain way. I want you to feel wanted. And I want to want you. And in his psychological brain, he will just walk away and do some shit. So we got to be, and you see what I'm saying? That's where y'all miss, because that's not, what is the example I just gave, Dottie?
Dottie, jump in here. Jump in here.
My wife had a messy bun. She took her hair down, had a messy bun with a halter top t-shirt and the house shorts, and it was what it was. And I looked and I was like, God damn, she wasn't dialed up. She wasn't dialed up. What that's got to do with him sexing somebody else?
Smoke, did you miss it too? Smoke.
And this is why, hey, I've been calling you. I'm so big, like, and I've really been busy because I wanted to have this conversation with you, Smokey, before, because I wanted to know where you stood on this, because I respect what you said. Again, let me go back. Smokey said something a while ago. He was like, whatever women do isn't the reason that men step out, but it's the justification that they use.
Hard bar.
But go back to what I said, Smoke. Like, psychologically, he doesn't even know that this is wrong because he's not fitting it in his mind that way. Yeah. So the fact that I can't even tell her that I feel this way, I don't even know that I feel a way about it until it hits the fan.
There's a lot of things that men know we can't say to our women. We know it. It's just in the written handbook, you can't say yada yada. You just know. The unwritten handbook. I'm sorry. I don't have the bonnet issue, so I'm like a little slower to it. Like, the lady that I'm around, a lot of people would consider what she does arrogant, but I swear to God, I love that boy. She be on it. Like, I'm not gonna go too far into it, but like the way she takes pride in her appearance, she could look like the smokest person in the world, but because she knows she's like that for real and she's on top of it, man, that make her super cold to me. So I couldn't imagine somebody walking around in a bonnet all day and house clothes and they just feel like this is cool.
Seta says, if he still wants you, shouldn't he be able to be comfortable communicating with you about things like that? I don't know if you just came in on the back end, but the communication level in every household doesn't work the same in every household.
Right.
Some people are willing to accept things that others just won't. It's just that simple. Again, me going back to a conversation that I had with my wife, you have to be able to reflect and look at your person and have that hard conversation. And then they look at themselves and do some self-reflecting and say, you know what? I see what you did there. I see where you came from. Everybody's not at that point. What's happening when y'all are 80 years old?
Daddy, go get some rest. You sleepy.
Yeah.
Daddy sleepy.
At 80, we...
Daddy, you sleepy.
Yeah, I was shooting that joint, Smoke, and I tried to get back to you, but it was late. It was late when we got up out of here. When is Arthur Cabo coming to the show? Never. That nigga abandoned me despite popular belief. I love him to death and I hate him. That nigga never sitting here on his goddamn couch. We had a great thing going. Y'all don't know how long. Listen, let me look
Smoke's
at the fucking
so
camera. Smokey.
So
this is what they don't know. Smokey and I talked for like 5 years about every time we saw each other. We talked about doing what we were doing this. We didn't even know what it was called. We just talked about doing this. And we started shooting it despite popular belief, and then COVID came and we split up. And now he's doing great on his platforms. And I would like to believe I'm doing okay on mine. So it is what it is. But Smokey cannot come here. Fuck him. I love him to death. Smoke, hey, man, whatever you need, call me, bro. You know how I go. I sent that kite out, but you like, hey, man, I'm rich, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying at the biggest hotel downtown Chicago. Crazy, man. Tishka said, I just came in. My husband said it was fine to step away to respond to y'all. Oh, Natisha's having, but me and Natishka was going back and forth about this last night.
right.
What upset me? Yes, I was upset. Just let you know. We'll talk about it later when I leave here. What upset me, you know what? Let me find Tisha's comments because she said, then a man should give a woman a reason to get dialed up. Then, well, he's doing that already. Y'all go out. I don't even have to find it.
And we be on the same page a lot. We definitely missed with this one.
Tish was like, man, we give y'all reasons. We take y'all out. We're doing the other things. It's just the everyday. And again, I said what I said, and I didn't mean it in any other way. We're not saying put on a full face of makeup. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying be at the hairdresser every week. That's not what I'm saying. But men don't want to get comfortable with their women looking comfortable. Oh my God.
Ooh.
Oh my, I hope I got that on camera.
Ooh.
I hope I got that on camera. God damn. Let me run that back. Like when I'm calm, let me look at the camera. Hold on. Let me put some Blistex on. So when I cut this, boy, and put this up, boy, I'm gonna look good.
I'm posting that later, like I said.
Hold on, let me fix my.
For the people who missed the show tonight.
So when a man is in a relationship with a woman, he doesn't want to get comfortable with his woman looking comfortable. Blink. Okay. Boom. Hey, that was just a bar. And that's what happens in these situations. I love the generalizations. That's what happens in these situations. We all get comfortable. And that's all I'm speaking to. We all get comfortable. But men don't, what women don't understand, that men don't understand, he's a visual creature. Creatures of habit. I love them. Men visually are attracted to things that are shiny. Squirrel. Squirrel. Yeah, I seen a little TV show, a little cartoon or whatever. Men are attracted to things that look visually pleasing to them. Yes, once we have love and we're married and house, careers established, all of that is good stuff. But why can't a man say, well, do what you did to get me to keep me? Mm-hmm. Why can't we say that? Tish says, I don't wear a bonnet until I go to bed, so maybe I can't relate to this conversation. But my husband says he doesn't care about my bonnet. He knows I look good with it or without it. And
that's again, what I thought everybody did. I did not know that people was coming home from work at 5 and wearing a bonnet from 5 to 10 when they get into bed.
Go back and look at the TikTok joint. Because that's what Tish was responding to. But I see what you did there, Tish. You put them damn ice skates on, baby, and moonwalk backwards. That's cool. Can't no man complain about that because that's what all of the women were saying. But what their comment was that I protect my hair all day. Yeah, nah, bro. I come in the house, I put my bonnet on. Nah, bro. A man don't want to see that. Going to bed, this isn't even a conversation. This isn't even a conversation. But you're in the grocery store and you seeing them now. I'm not saying get all dolled up, but you do see them one women and you be like, man, that's too much. They get all dressed up to go to the grocery store. They trying to look for a man. I'm not saying that you got to be in the grocery store advertising.
Too much?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
And I got one of them. So, like, I like that. Like, that's dope to me.
Yeah, 100%. Because she fishing. And I'm not saying as a married woman, a woman in a relationship that you have to be fishing, but put your best foot forward for your man.
For yourself.
For your man. You know what you look like. You're comfortable with you.
But you can still like, man, I'm just like that for real.
Yeah. Some lady named Decidrees Jim. I don't know who the fuck that is. She chimed in. She says, becoming a wife and a mother, sometimes we as women lose ourselves. Mm-hmm. It's nothing that we want to be cute. It's not that we don't want to be cute. Life just be lifing. So who be trying to be cute? We trying to get this house clean, cook this dinner, and keep the family together. Comb your goddamn head, Decidrees Jim. That's all. I'm sure your husband, because you said you got a wife, I'm sure your husband, that's all he's saying. That's all he's saying. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with what she said. Because this is the conversation that we had. And I understood when she said it. But I don't want to get comfortable with you getting comfortable for me. Because I want you to be and my wife is beautiful. I'm talking about, she could have got this work earlier, but Donovan was cock blocking. Donovan Daddy said that's why I read quantum physics books to get you. Hey man, you know, I'm a different level kind of guy, man. But you know, we gonna take this thing to the next level. To bonnet or not to bonnet? That is the question. Man, I don't dare ask thee. Hey man, you know, it is what it is. For the record, I'm not tripping over a bonnet. Hey, nobody said anybody is tripping. But
I don't want you to wear that mug from 4 o'clock in the
understand what I'm saying, guys. I'm not saying don't wear the bonnet. When you're wearing the bonnet, go to bed, wake up, have some get up and go about yourself. That's it. That's it. That's it. But I'm telling you, go back to what I said, bro. And this is a very scary thing that I just hit on. That everybody knows. Men are visual creatures. By habit, by nature, visual. I don't want to see that, bro. All day, man. What did Drake say? The hair tied, something chilling with no makeup on. What was the lyric?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't.
Some hair tied, chilling with no makeup on. That's when you're the prettiest. I hope that you don't take it wrong. What the fuck? I just agree with Drake. I just agree with Drake. Now, who is Drake? Everybody, Drake. You know what I'm saying? But listen at what is the first thing he said? Something, sitting at home doing homework, chilling with no makeup on, something. He said her hair is tied, bro. Like, he loves the down look. That's cool. The bonnet ain't a down look. And I'm not saying that men are tripping about the bonnet. But when he's seeing everything else, man, that's the miss. I think that's the miss. That's the miss. Because he's seeing everything else at that bottom. That's what he's seeing. Everything else looks like the bottom. Everything else looks like the bottom. When he come home to you, you look like the top. Hey, what was the joint? When a dude pull up home and he sit at home for a while in the driveway before he go in the house.
That Kevin Hart?
Yeah. That's the fucking sitting in the driveway before he go in the house. Fuck, man, she got this bonnet on. You know what I'm saying? He want to walk in the house. Damn, oh, baby, I see what you did. Oh, girl, that little messy bun. You finna get this work tonight. Them house shorts, the tank top. Ain't nothing wrong with that. The fuzzy socks, the big-ass sweatpants with one of my T-shirts. You look like one of the guys. Nigga, I married you, not Tony. Tarsha, it's been a minute. How you doing? I work from home. But every day, I get up, I get dressed, even if it's workout gear. Regardless, I'm going to look good for myself. Never will you see me looking a mess all day. And with that, ladies and gentlemen,
right over the fence.
Wins. And it might seem like we're saying she wins because she's in agreement, but that's not the case. She's doing it for her. If you look good, you feel good.
That's a fact.
If you look good, you feel good. Make her feel comfortable with the bonnet. Compliment her. Oh, baby, that bonnet is sexy as hell.
Without the bonnet.
Oh, no, but you do. This is the misconception. We're not saying that the compliments and everything else isn't there. You've just fallen victim to the comfort of it. Fact. And you want more. You like, ain't nobody saying get up and beat your face for 12 hours or 2 hours, whatever, how many hours, and not like physically, but they with the face brush and the makeup. You're not doing that. I hate when my wife put makeup on. She's pretty without it. She put makeup on, I'll be trying to give her a baby. I'm not saying put all of the makeup on. Just put it together. And this isn't me, this is society. We're speaking to it. Your opinion is strong tonight, sir. Yeah, man, listen, we just trying to shine the light, man. That's it. These are those little things. They're little things. They're little things that lead to other things. It's always a culmination of a bunch of things coming together, man, that brings about the destruction of a family. It's never one big thing.
Right.
It's never one big thing. It's not always just, this one thing happened. No, it's a bunch of little things. Seta chimed in earlier, and she was like, well, man, when you're comfortable with your woman, you should be able to say that. That comfort level isn't always there. Women fish for compliments. I believe my woman will do what I compliment her on. Undoubtedly.
I like that. That's a higher bar, bro.
Undoubtedly.
That's a higher bar.
Undoubtedly. We're not arguing that. Nobody is saying that that's not the truth. Nobody is saying that they're not taking their woman out. Nobody is saying that there aren't date nights and compliments and love being passed and all of these other things. That's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying. It's the always comfortable look.
Secret says she be holding her tongue on here sometimes, but she loves the vibe. We appreciate you watching. And you never have to hold your tongue. We're not sensitive. It's always okay to disagree because nobody is ever right. It's just opinion.
Bro, listen.
We just like to express our opinion.
Dottie drags me at every turn. She do not she will tell me, cuz you wrong. Hey, Secrets, please don't bite your tongue.
Ever.
There is somebody in the comment section or somebody who will be looking at this later on and they'll say, damn, somebody else thinks like Secrets Beyond the Tarot? Or somebody else thinks like me, Secrets Beyond the Tarot? She has the same thought as I had. I was wanting to say that. I was thinking that, oh, man, I wish I would have been there when they shot the live. I would have said that. Yep. Please don't ever hold your tongue, bro.
Yeah, you might teach somebody something. Man, it might give them what they needed to get through
You
that
might
day.
teach Dennis something.
He is a heathen. Taught me a bunch of stuff.
Look at him. He a heathen. He over there drinking core water on camera.
Oh, you was talking. That's about
Meanwhile, I keep mine off camera.
I usually take these little rappers off because they ain't sponsoring this shit.
Man, listen, no one in life, in this life that we are living, meaning all of us together in this universe, nobody's opinion is better than anyone else's. I'm only shining a light from the perspective of the men that I've talked to. Mm-hmm. That's all I can do. So, no, I'm not, bro, listen, I'm not right. I was having a conversation with, dang, I just lost her name. Michelle Works. When did we go to? About a month or two ago. Michelle Works and I were talking, and she was like, well, DA, who do we listen to? Because you got all of these platforms, and they're saying this, and you're saying that, and they're saying that. Like, who do I follow? And I said, Michelle, you have to follow what best works for you.
Facts.
DA ain't right. Dennis damn sure ain't always right.
Most of the time.
Mr. Always Right my ass. You know what I'm saying? Sir Mike be coming in here high as shit, dropping bombs. That nigga ain't always right. Jules. You know what I'm saying? None of us, but you have to do what works for you. So please don't ever hold your tongue back. Get off my bonnet wearing sisters. And then this core water sucks.
Man, I ran to the gas station. They ain't had no Fiji water in there. My bad.
Well, I wish I had his money to afford Fiji. Still Hungry Custom. Shout out to my guy Vinny. What it do? He said facts. That's why it's called an opinion and not a fact.
Facts.
I always said on all of my TikTok videos, hey, listen, everybody's entitled to an opinion. Here's mine. They still drag me. Oh, I get drunk and I just be on there like trolling.
Because that's the need to be right. You was talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people just want to be right.
Oh, man, I put that up. Natishka, y'all don't like bonnets. We don't like man boobs. We don't want to see that all day either. FYI, my man don't have them. Just wanted to add that too.
Then express that just like he expressed the bonnet.
And it's just that simple.
And it works better if you don't say it after I say, baby, take that bonnet off.
Hold on, wait, say that again. Let me put the camera on you so she can see you when you say it.
No, I was just saying express that. Just
Facts.
like we will express that we don't like the bonnet. And it works better if you express it before I tell you I don't like your bonnet.
Because what happens when I say, hey, babe, why are you wearing that bonnet all the time? And then you rebut with,
well, you done got fat since we've been together. Bro, this is both our facts. But it works better if you bring that up.
It works a whole lot better when you bring it up at dinner. When you bring it up while we get talking about working out, you bring it up while we talking about eating right. Because, boy, you done gained some weight, boy. And I just remember how you was when we got together. And I want you how you were. You know what, baby? You right. Let me get on that.
Yep.
Let me get on that. Because we all see the post where one man won't do, another man will. We've seen it. I mean, I'm not
Facts.
making it.
No, I feel you.
You know, we're not making it in the case, but, you know, women want what they want. And men have to adhere.
And you're not wrong for it. We definitely, like, if you brought that to your man, you're not wrong at all. You should be able to tell me that. What Tori's talking about?
Tori said the podcast is sounding more and more professional every time. And I like how Cuz said they ain't sponsoring us yet. I love you niggas. Hey man, Taurus is reciprocating.
Love you, Cuddy.
You know what I'm saying? But back to DB's point, not disregarding what Taurus said, because we love you too. It's easy. It's easy to say, hey, honey, this.
Yeah, no facts.
And I can hear you when we're not arguing. Kids watching cartoons. Hey, did you do that thing? No, you ain't do that thing. Hey, don't do that thing. Just don't do it. Oh, all right. Why you don't want me to do it? All because I feel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, if you wouldn't have did that other thing and that other thing and that other thing, then I wouldn't have did that one thing. Oh, yeah, that just went nowhere. Because now we can't hear each other. We just can't hear each other. So I don't know, man. Hey, listen. We don't hate bonnets. Protect your hair, especially y'all who got good hair. A lot of you motherfuckers shit nappy. I ain't. I just had to go and just mess it all up. Oh shit. Hey man, listen. Watch that They Clone Tyrone on Netflix. Nigga trying to clean up something dumb. He just said with a chain of blood. Hey, bro, watch that. Watch that They Clone Tyrone. That joint is decent. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I couldn't sleep last night watching the whole thing. Fucking tongue came up before I got into bed. I'm glad Pint was tired as hell because she would have sure got up and came and turned the TV off. But I sat in the living room so I wouldn't disturb nobody. Jamie Foxx is low key funny to me, and he funny in that movie, like super funny. But yeah, no, man. We don't hate bonnets, man. We don't hate bonnets. It's just, a little bit of conversation. Something else I wanted to say. I saw a meme today that like several people shared off this one page. Just getting back into the bag of men being able to express themselves. The meme said a man, damn, what is her name? I can see it in my mind. Is that it? That's it. That's it. I can't see what she posted. Anyway, the meme said a man, and it's gonna get a little testy, ladies. So
do it all fit, or is this for tomorrow? What we doing?
No.
Okay.
It's not a. It fits with the It fits with the construct of what we were talking about men being able to express their thoughts.
Okay.
Hold on, let me find it. Did she post it or? I don't know. It says men will stick their entire face, their whole face in your ass, in your butt, but be scared to open up about their feelings. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Why do my sexual, and everybody keeps sharing this shit. I've seen it. Why do my sexual exploits, what does my sexual exploits have anything to do with your inability to hold my most secret mental weakness?
She wasn't trying to be funny?
No, that's a real thing. It's a real post. Like everybody, this thing has been shared. Oh man, how many millions of times? It probably hasn't been shared millions of times. It's been shared like 40,000 times.
Really?
Like, that's a whole nother conversation.
First, fellas, if y'all out here just eating random booty G, just chill. Like, y'all
it's not about the random booty.
Y'all nasty booty period, G. Your nasty level too high, bro. I need you to relax.
This nigga said your nasty level too high.
That's too high of a nasty level. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really have too much to lean into that. I thought it was supposed to be funny. I didn't think that was like a real thing for people. But I guess just being able to open up, period, for a lot of people, I don't know. That's not something that I struggle with, so I don't know. You had to lend to that, bro. Help me out with that. Why was that something that was triggering for you? Because sex and
it wasn't
conversation don't like go together?
No, it wasn't triggering for me, but it's the misconception. It's the misconception. A man gonna be, what you say his nasty level is gonna be through the roof. He's going to be able to do a lot of different things sexually that he can't do mentally. So how do those even correlate together? And maybe it is a joke. Maybe it was meant to be a joke.
Say that again.
Like, which part did you miss?
You said a man to be able to do a bunch of stuff sexually that he can't do mentally.
Yes. So when it pertains to when it pertains to sex, like what? To be honest, what is sex to a man? Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's something to do to say that he performed this act and I did it this well. I was this good at it. But when it comes down to can she handle my feelings when I open up and tell them to her? Can she be who I need her to be when I open up?
Man, we just don't. We gotta respect ourselves better, man. We out here eating booties and can't even speak.
Well, no,
to
but I mean,
just having sex. Period, though. Like, if we're gonna be serious with it,
yeah.
Like the fact, and I'm so guilty of this, of course. But the fact that you'll have sex with somebody that you can't even talk to is astounding in itself.
Well, I mean, there goes that sexual discretion conversation for you.
That's crazy. There
goes that sexual discretion, but it's just. And I guess what appeared to
why
start
she
off
let him
as
eat
a
her
joke,
booty and she don't even know this man.
I
mean, but both
said they're emotionally tied. For women, yes, sex is not an emotional thing for men. You know what? Maybe they are. Secrets. You know what? Let me recant that statement because maybe they are. Maybe men are emotionally sexual creatures. You think so?
At times. I think at times.
They be listening to Tyrese. Dennis turned Tyrese on when it's night time.
I never heard of Tyrese CD in my life. I know like 2 Tyrese songs, bro.
Man, let me find out you be hitting it to R. Kelly bump and grind. I feel so.
That's stupid.
Pike trying to sleep with me. She want me to go to the Jodeci concert.
Bro, what is you on?
Pike trying to take me to the Jodeci concert. Let me find out you trying to take me down, bro. Chill, fam. Talking about some turn this on. I'm finna do that thing. Nasty nigga. But yeah, no, bro. I saw that and it's just, they're not to me. But maybe it was meant to be a joke. I don't know. But
bro, why do you keep bringing why you keep bringing our I just want to talk family into your bedroom?
Because you and Pike the only 2 people I talk to, man.
Stupid.
So
y'all don't understand. We'll be sitting here having a conversation and Pike will call and he always answer the phone on speaker. And it starts out cool, like, hey honey, what you doing? He gonna small talk for a minute, he gonna play with the baby. And then just something reckless gonna come from one of them quick. You like, man, dude, I swear to God, get away from me, bro. Both of y'all some creeps, dude.
Hey, man, it goes down in the DM. Tish says that's intense. It's an intense sexual act. So why couldn't you share your feelings with the person you're doing that with?
That's a fact. Like, I mean, because I think they meant it as a joke, but like if you just curve it back to just somebody that you sleep with, period. You can't talk to this person, but you'll sleep with them. That's a big thing. That is something that's conversation worthy.
I'm gonna tell you why, Tish, because niggas are creeps. If y'all out here letting these dudes eat y'all butt, don't expect no conversation. Oh man, I had a joke lined up too. Something about, you know what I'm saying, because he's gonna be talking out his ass.
Smug is stupid.
Everything he was gonna say gonna be full of shit.
And he be dying laughing. This man be crazy. This man be dying laughing.
He don't want to let you in on his shitty thoughts.
This man be dying laughing at this show, bro. Something wrong with this fool.
Oh, shit. Hey, man. Hey, either way, bro. This was a Sunday edition. I just want to talk. Hey, we might be back tomorrow. Who knows? Booty eaters talking my ear. They talk my ear off. Hey, they talk a lot of shit, don't they?
This looks stupid, man.
Hey, man, this was a Sunday edition. I just want to talk. We appreciate y'all for rocking, man. We just putting out content, man, whether it's shitty or not. Hey, DV, what you got going for me?
Man, thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
Oh, shit. Hey, man, it's DA, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all comments were definitely needed. Dottie, I love you to death. Baby, I'm coming home to you. Better have it cooked or I'm catching a domestic. Yo, we gone in a minute.